Good afternoon. Welcome back. This episode is about conscious dreaming or our ability to dream and relate our dream to the conscious or subconscious mind, which will relate to my book, A Journey into the Mind, which is about going into your subconscious level of the mind and trying to analyze why do we think the way we do. I became very interested into how the brain works. What is it that the conscious and subconscious mind level of the mind derive from the way we think, the way we behave, the way we act, and how we feel in general, which has to do with my father when he was in his last days. He was very interesting. He was a man who could recall things of the past that I had no knowledge was possible in 1923 and 1900. Today's conversation would be about dreaming, how the conscious and subconscious mind influence the way we dream. For example, have you ever had a dream that you are falling and experiences as if it actually happened in the moment as you're dreaming it? The fact that the mind or the subconscious mind has the ability to recall information and is embedded into our mind, whether we're dreaming or not, or whether we are in a delta state of level state of the mind, has a big impact as to why. Why do we dream of things that have happened in the past? The reason being is because the subconscious mind has experienced this, or perhaps we have watched an event that relate to what we are dreaming of. A good example is, let's say you watch a movie and it's either drama or ghost-like or crime, and it has an impact on your emotional well-being or even sad. You may have either a nightmare or a dream that relates to that episode of what you watch on TV. However, when we have dreams of antiquity, let's say, for example, you dream about Jesus or ancient entities of the past, we have never seen these entities. And they could be messages related to us about things that are going on in our life and need solution or to be solved. Also, it could be the fact that the conscious mind is taking over, and whatever experience we are having in the moment, vision or images or messages, are being related as new evidence or new experiences into the conscious mind. So we dream at two levels of the mind, the conscious and the subconscious. It is being said that the subconscious mind is in control about how we behave, how we act, and what we think. To an extent, it is because science and neuroscience and psychology determines that our subconscious mind is like a program, like a computer that recall information, and we derive from it whatever information we desire, whether we are speaking like I am now. Let's say I write something on a piece of paper and I'm taking that information from my subconscious mind into the present. But when we experience something new, it's not of the subconscious mind. Dreams at a conscious level of the mind have an impact in our life. Have you ever had a nightmare and awakened so quickly and realize that is only a dream? If the nightmare has nothing to do with anything that you have experienced previously or view in your life, and it's something totally new, it is a nightmare of the conscious mind. However, if it is something that you have information, experience, or knowledge about, or you have felt as an emotion, then it is of the conscious mind. Science argues that we can control our dream. or that perhaps the subconscious mind can control our dreams. To an extent, we can. Why? Lucid dream. I once had a dream, and that dream was so pleasant. It was such a beautiful experience that I had the opportunity to wake up, realize that I was dreaming, close my eyes, and go back into that dream and continue the dream on. That was quite an experience. I have never been able to do anything like that. However, it is possible as well that if you're dreaming and you are having a nightmare, you can wake up suddenly, go back to sleep. That dream continues in the same direction that it was going when you woke up. Why is that? Why is it that the conscious and subconscious mind are so mystical within our level of thinking that even in a moment of sleep, it seems to switch back and forward the same way it does as when we're present, when we're awake? The mind is mystical, and we cannot fully understand the level of our conscious and even our subconscious mind. Because let's say, for example, you are able to recall certain things. Why is it that you can have a dream and not remember the dream? You forget. Your mind goes blind, yet you experience that dream as if it was a reality in the present moment. Yet the mind cannot recall. And there are instances where you recall that dream as if it was an experience that you had live, as if you had lived the moment before, as if you had been there and done that before, even though you haven't. Mind is mystical. And I say that we cannot control our dream totally, only to an extent, only when it is of the conscious mind. Because if we could, we would always wake up on time when we're having a nightmare. We would never continue to have a nightmare and experience the emotions, the feelings, the crying, the movement that the body goes through. Have you ever noticed the actual happening and experience of a dream where you can act in your dream as if it is now in the present moment? You can scream, you can punch, you can move, yet your mind or your brain is not awake. It is as if we as human beings are living through our conscious and subconscious mind in three levels of the mind that are different in dimension, from fully asleep to conscious dreaming to unconscious dreaming. Three different levels of the mind, three different extension and dimensions of ourselves, in which we can either have memory recall or we can have references from it, and it can be completely new, a new experience in a dream, a new revelation, a new message, a new vision, a new entity to recognize, and new experiences of the past coming into the present, into us, into our memory, into our conscious mind. I thank you for listening. This is more pertaining to my book, A Journey into the Mind, because one has to go into the mind and understand precisely how is it that the mind works. That's what we do sometimes when we go to sleep. We go into the mind and then we reveal information from a totally different dimension of our mind, which is a delta state, a dreaming state where we're not awake yet. We experience as if it is real, as if it is the present, and as if it is happening to us in the moment. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to see you. Love and light. This is Francis.